Good morning, students. So it's been a long time, and um, we are all suffering due to corona and this huge cyclone. Yes. So Bengal is, or rather India, Bengal is affected with this cyclone, and the entire country is suffering from corona. Anyway, we need to do our things. Now, in fourth sem, this is my first class. So today our topic is Ovid. But before I start it, let me show you the syllabus for you and where it is. We'll be dealing with this part. I'll be dealing with this. Okay, Ovid, book 3. Now there are two things we have in this. The first one is Bacchus, and the second one is Pyramus and Thisbe. I'll be describing these two stories. I will try to give you an idea about these two stories, which was actually associated with book 3. But let me tell you something else also. Let me give you some other information related to it. So if you check this one, then you will find that metamorphosis, the story which starts from line number 1, from Cadmus searches for his sister Europa. So it starts from here. But in our syllabus, we have this, the part which we are supposed to focus on is from this area. Yeah, from this one. Book 3, 273, 273, 315. Simile is consumed by Jupiter's fire. We will be, our thing we have in our syllabus, we are supposed to start from this. But for better understanding, I will be describing the entire book 3. I will try to give you the summarized idea of book 3. What are the stories we have? Now, it will be continued till this one. In our syllabus, it will be continued till this one. And it starts from the previous section which I marked. And the other story which we have is in the other part, and there you will have it. So book 3 will be is content. Book 3 is content with the story of Bacchus also. Here we have the stories of Bacchus. Pentheus is killed by Maenads and so on. So later on I will be describing things here. So first we need to know who is Ovid, about the author. Now here we are. Sorry. Here it is. So Ovid is basically um, a Roman poet. You can see from this section. He's a Roman poet, and who lived during the reign of Augustus. You can see I am using a particular website over here. That's wikipedia.org. It's a common platform. So the entire information which right now you are seeing in your screen, it's from Wikipedia. So he was born on 20th March 43 BC, and he passed away in the year 17 or 18 AD. You know, BC means before Christ, AD means Anno Dominion, after Jesus Christ. So in English he is known as Ovid. You can see his original name, it's mentioned over there, Publius Ovidius Naso. So in English he is known as Ovid. So he used to live in the reign of Augustus, and his contemporary authors were Virgil and Horace. And He is often ranked as one of the three canonical poets of Latin literature. So basically, he's a big figure in his time. You can see the big names, contemporary writers of his age, is Virgil and Horace. And Ovid is best known for the Metamorphoses, a 15 book continuous mythological narrative. You know, mythology, it is very common. You will find mythological stories of the Greek culture, of the Greek people, Roman people, and even in India, Hinduism. We have our own mythology. Strange thing is, there's been a similarity between all this culture regarding the Greek culture, Greek mythology, Roman mythology, and Indian mythology. The stories of the gods, some of the stories or the characters, the deities, the gods, they're, they're, they have some sort of relevance. They seems to be close according to their characterial behavior characteristics, according to their deeds. Like we have the name of Zeus, the name of Jupiter, and the name of Indra. These three names might be different. The first one was from the Greek mythology, Jupiter is from Roman mythology, and Indra from Hindu mythology. Please ignore any background noise. These three names represents three different characters, but all of them are actually same from their actions, from their deeds. For say, um, in Greek mythology, Zeus was the king of god. So does Jupiter also, and so does Debraj, Indra also. So there's been a symmetrical idea. Names are different, but their deeds are also quite close to each other. The way Zeus behave, the way Jupiter behaves, the deeds of these two peoples, they are very much also close. Their characteristics is very much close to Debraj Indra. There's been a very close relation, sort of. So anyway, um, let's move to Ovid, and you can see Metamorphosis contains 15 books, and it's a mythological narrative which is written in meter of epic, and for works in elegiac couplets such as Ars Amatoria, the art of love. His poetry was later imitated during late antiquity and the Middle Ages, and he left a very great influence on the Western art and literature. Now, it is also true that Metamorphosis, it remains to be one of the most important source of classical mythology. So basically, Ovid was the first major Roman poet who started his career during Augustus' reign. So his life, if we try to find out, figure out about his life, Ovid talks more about his own life than most other Roman poets. It is said. Information about his biography is drawn primarily from his poetry. Especially, there is a creation by him, Tricia, which gives a lengthy autobiographical account of his life. Other sources include Seneca the Elder and Quintilian. So we have a brief description over here: birth, early life, and marriage. The description you can find over here. You can go through this one. He married 3 times and had divorced twice by the time he was 30. And he had one daughter only. So, anyway, literary success. Ovid spent the first 25 years of his literary career. Primarily, he used to write poetry in elegiac meter with erotic themes. Now, it was like a style, it was at the beginning of his career. Now, his earliest extant work is thought to be the Herodias, letters of mythological heroines to their absent lovers, which may have been published in the year 19th BC. Date is uncertain because back in those days it was impossible to trace out the exact date. Now we have some other names also, like Amores, a series of erotic poems. Then something else also we have some didactic poetry. And by 8 AD, Ovid completed Metamorphosis, which is it is his ambitious work. It was written in hexameter, epic poem in 15 books. So that's the thing we have now. There's been an incident in 8 AD. Ovid was banished to Tomis on the Black Sea because there was a rift between the emperor and Ovid, and Emperor Augustus banished him, and without any participation of the Senate or any Roman judge. So anyway, he was punished, and he pined for Rome. He wanted to come back. Anyway, so ultimately he could not get back. Ovid died at Tomis in 17 or 1880. So it is thought that the Fasti, another creation, which he spent time revising, were published posthumously. So we have the list over here, the details of the works we have. So we'll be moving to Metamorphosis, and it is known as the most well-known work and ambitious work of Ovid, and it is written in dactylic hexameter, and it's about the transformation in Greek and Roman mythology, and there is like a loose mytho-historical framework. The word metamorphosis has its own meaning. It is of Greek origin, and the meaning of it is transformations. See, we are also transformed, isn't it, during this pandemic and during this situation. India or the entire world, the education system, our education system is right now has been transformed. We are using a platform like this one. We're using various way to communicate with each other, obviously through electronic medium, or rather through internet. So we are also transformed, aren't we? So anyway, metamorphosis means transformations, and the characters which is mentioned over here will go through various sort of transformations. Around 12,000 verses and almost 250 different myths are mentioned. All of these myths, most of them are in outdoors, and you can see the mortal characters. They are very vulnerable, and they are very influenced by the divine characters. So we'll be moving to here. Our primary focus will be on this, the third book. And what does it focus? The third book focuses on the mythology of Thebes. with the Thebes is the name of place. It used to be a place which was destroyed. With the stories of Cadmus, Actian, Penthus. But I have already shown you that this is not the story of only Cadmus, Actian, Penthus. It has the story of Bacchus, how Bacchus was born, and there is another part also where how Bacchus, um, the worship or the followers of Bacchus, what happened when Bacchus becomes a god and how he was recognized. That story is also there. Though in the latter part, we have the story of Tiresias, we have the story of Narcissus. Narcissus. So these are the characters which we are going to deal with. So for today, this is just an introduction. I tried my level best to give you a very brief idea about it. And in the next class, I'll be dealing with Metamorphosis, Book 3. I'll be starting the story. I'll give you the summary from Book 3. It will start from the story of Cadmus and go on. It will go on. Though in our syllabus, we are supposed to deal with Bacchus only. But for better understanding, I will give you the entire summary of Book 3 part by part. So thank you for watching this video. I hope the thing which I tried to explain before you understand that. And if you still have some questions, please put your questions on our WhatsApp group, our college WhatsApp group, or if I'm able to conduct any Google meeting class today, then I will try to answer it during our live session. So thank you again for watching this. Please like, subscribe and share my channel if you think I'm doing okay or if you think it's useful. Thank you.